Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of Comsverse, the online conference. And here we go with another topic, how to supercharge your team's adoption and usage from Epos Audio. And the speaker today will be Imre Churi. And I will hand over word to Imre. If you have any questions, feel free to raise them during the session, and we will go through them at the end. Imre, it's yours.
Thanks a lot, David. Thanks for the intro, and good morning to everyone joining our live session, and also hello to everyone watching this on demand. So as David mentioned, my name is Imre, but feel free to call me Imi. I'm the Strategic Alliance Manager for UK and Ireland, which essentially means I'm building long-term relationship with the likes of Microsoft. So in light of this virtual conference, which is mainly around Microsoft Teams, I would like to talk about how to supercharge your Teams adoption and usage by talking about your challenge and of course, how to supercharge some superchargers for Teams, and of course, highlight some of the potential takeaways for you. So let's start with your challenge. So as a premium audio and video solutions brand, we wanted to investigate the current state of audio in the modern work environment. To get a better understanding of this issue you might experience on an everyday basis due to poor audio, and of course with the aim to banish bad audio and amplify results. So together with the global market research firm Ipsos, we surveyed more than 2,500 end customers and decision makers in companies of varying sizes across 6 countries. So we collected pages and pages of facts and figures and data. And of course, you can find all the details in a report that you can download from our website, which is eposaudio.com. But let's just focus on the key takeouts. So the survey said that 95% of today's modern workers admit that their concentration and efficiency at work has suffered due to poor sound quality, and 87% of end users say they have had a poor experience due to bad audio during a call or virtual meeting such as this one. And lastly, 69% spend extra time on their work tasks due to poor sound quality. So if you think about it yourself, think back to the last conference call you joined, or the last time a customer or colleague called you. Did you clearly hear, everything the other person was saying? So the audio issue you might face within your organization are many and varied, but they are also alarmingly universal. So as remote working is becoming a natural part of our working lives, we see that bad audio is not confined to office environments, which causes further problems. So it's great that you are thinking of including Teams in your communication strategy, or if you've had already invested in Teams. However, bad audio will also have a negative impact on your premium Teams experience. So the survey showed that a loud working environment, whether it's an office or could be your home, causes, more than half of the people we asked mentioned that it's a huge, interruption. So overall, these factors contributed to a total of 29 minutes per week in lost productivity. So that may not seem a lot, but if you think about it, you multiply 29 minutes over the number of employees in your organization, and that might get a bit more interesting. So what about the cost, what it could cost your organization, 29 minutes a week? So looking at the average US wage, according to OECD data, this means that if your organization employs 100 people, you risk losing over $70,000 per year through poor audio. So $70,000 is roughly around 55,000 pounds. So imagine if you employ 1,000 or even 10,000 people. It's easy to see how these costs can skyrocket. So the good news is that both employers and employees across all levels understand how important good audio quality is. So think about it, when you have a new starter in the company, or someone is just transitioning into working from home, what's the equipment? What's the laptop, mobile phone, and the headset that comes with the mobile phone you provide? So 79% of business decision makers are aware that good audio equipment, including headsets and speakerphones, can provide the solution. So, but this is far from the only motivation to do things differently. So the other top driver for considering new audio solutions is a desire to keep up with the latest technology. Think about generations like the millennials, it's all about technology and design. and consumerization in a way. So based on these insights, let's talk about how you can tackle these challenges and make sure to, you're gonna provide the best Teams experience within your organization. And of course, 70. Just going back to the report, 76% of end users report that the key audio issues are solved by good audio. So simple, isn't it? So how can you overcome these challenges in both today's and tomorrow's climate, and how can you supercharge your team's adoption and usage? Potentially, protecting your investment, because Teams is an amazing solution, but you need to make sure that people in your organization are going to be using it as much as possible. So let's cover some of the superchargers you might find interesting and useful. So I guess maybe start with the most essential point to start with, I guess, is to ensure the highest possible Teams experience by using certified devices. Of course, nothing new here. So I would like to cover the basic things here, which is interoperability and certification. Interoperability essentially is the ability of different systems to exchange and make use of information. So in our case, it's between devices such as a headset and speakerphones and a laptop and a UC platform such as Microsoft Teams. And achieving interoperability essentially means you have co-control. So you can answer and end calls, put calls on hold with the co-control unit, of course, whether it's a wired headset or a wireless headset. So what about certification? So device certification includes achieving interoperability, but it's sort of a program that is defined by a specific vendor, such as Microsoft, who basically releases high-spec requirements for manufacturers such as us that we need to meet in order to achieve certification. So to shed some light here, this is a simpler approach to categorize devices. So we can talk about two main categories. One is the existing headsets launched in the past, certified for Skype for Business. So Microsoft doesn't have any specific terminology for this category, but we say these headsets are 100% Teams compliant, which means they provide core control and works perfectly with Teams. And the second category is basically brand new headsets launched recently or to be launched moving forward. And they're going to have Microsoft Teams certification. So as I mentioned, both categories offer interoperability, aka co-control, and that's the most important thing here. So note that all of our Skype for Business headsets are on the Microsoft website under Teams devices. So you can feel comfortable, with any of our existing headsets and of course future headsets as well. And I think just quickly, I like to keep things a bit more interactive. So essentially, I just went onto Microsoft website, as you can see here. So this is the US website, but the UK website is being uploaded as well. And all of our EPOS/Sennheiser headsets are here. So, it just builds further confidence, and you can be sure that any of our whichever headset you're going to buy from us, they're going to work perfectly with Teams. So if I just go back to my slide, and we just go back to Microsoft Teams certification. I'm sure you know that, if there is any core quality issue with Teams on your side, Microsoft first or second question to you will be, are you using a certified device or certified devices? And it's really important and vital part of Teams to ensure premium user experience, right? Because it might be a network issue, but many times it's down to using the wrong devices. So maybe just quickly cover also the difference between Skype and Teams certified devices. It's fairly simple, and it boils down to dedicated Teams button. So with the Teams button, you can open Teams or invoke Teams, join an ongoing meeting, check voicemail, of course, activate Cortana, which is going to have more and more features in the future. So on the slide, by the way, you can see our new Adap headsets and, of course, the speakerphones, and all of them have got Teams dedicated button, which is super cool. So maybe just to cover quickly what we offer. So our premium audio solutions for enterprises are divided into 3 product lines, which is the Impact, Adapt, and Expand. So Impact line is a range of headsets for talk-centric professionals, people who demand excellent customer experiences through rich, natural sound and of course optimal comfort and easy call handling. So this is sort of like a category for office workers, but it could be of course home workers as well these days. The Adap line is comprised of headsets for versatile professionals working in a range of sound environments in and out of the office, enabling flawless business calls and of course heightened concentration. So these headsets are great for flexible working, traveling a lot, working from home, from the office, from a train station, airport, pretty much any sort of environment. And last but not least, the X-Band line includes speakerphones and collaboration tools that enable modern professionals to collaborate across workspaces, locations, and time zones with unrivaled audio quality, of course, and clarity. So let's highlight some of my favorite Teams devices, because we are talking about adoption and usage here. And I think I always like to start with one of our flagship product, our flagship product in the Adap portfolio, which is the Adap 600, and a specific SKU is the Adap 660. Essentially, this headset is a state-of-the-art solution offering cutting-edge audio performance in an elegant and contemporary design with an intuitive touchpad user interface on one side of the ear cup. Certified for Microsoft Teams, obviously. Users are guaranteed a seamless Teams experience. And what's really exciting is that the beamforming microphone system is powered by EPOS AI, and this makes this the world's first UC certified headset that incorporates machine learning enhanced voice pickup. So imagine that we are using machine learning in our labs to create sound profiles for different environments. So of course, there's going to be like a sort of like a supercomputer learning the different sounds, and we're gonna send loads of data onto this machine, and by creating these profiles and by uploading these profiles to this very Adap 660 headset, the headset itself going to be able to analyze your environment and choose the right sound profile. So let's say if you're at a train station, the headset might realize that you might be in a train station, so let's use a profile which is really similar to that to make sure that your voice is going to be as crystal clear as possible for your listener. And of course, all the background noise is going to be cancelled out, both for your listener and also for yourself through ANC. So it's a really nice product, and also I love it because it just looks amazing. So it's not just it's an enterprise grade product, but actually it looks great. It's like a consumer product. So why would you have a consumer headphone and also an enterprise headset if you could have both in one solution? Obviously, the headset offers other interesting things such as up to 30 hours battery time. And in total, by the way, 7 microphones, but of course, combined with EPOS AI, it's really interesting and easy to afford, so you can carry it with yourself. It comes with a USB cable, so you can use it as a USB headset as well. You can charge it. It comes with a dongle. So many things to talk about, but just wanted to cover the basic. And I guess maybe from an adoption and usage perspective, with Teams, it's really important that once you invested into Teams, your employees gonna use Teams. And I think these headsets, including the Adap 600 or even the 500 or 560 I'm gonna be covering now, enables you to to feel comfortable and feel confident to use Teams, because you have a headset, you have a tool which feels great, it's easy to use, it sounds amazing when it comes to music as well. So why would you give someone a premium laptop but with a very cheap headset, or a very cheap looking, especially non-certified headset? Or perhaps some customers have a bring your own device initiative, which is great, but also has some sort of risk, because some people might use in-ear headsets or headphones which came with an Apple iPhone or maybe with a Samsung phone, which is obviously not certified, which is a huge issue. So just going back to the Adap 560 or the 500 series, this is a unique headset designed for concentration and clear calls in a noisy UC deployment workspaces. But of course, you can use this at home, pretty much anywhere as well. So it has an effective hybrid active noise cancellation system and a 2 microphone beamforming voice pickup. And as you can see on the picture, the microphone boom is foldable. So you can just fold it upwards and it's going to mute mute yourself, and it just look more consumer. But of course, when you're going to be in a call, you can just unhide and fold it down. So it looks elegant and contemporary. And by the way, we won a Red Dot Design Award with it this year, which is fantastic. And it offers some really interesting stuff, such as battery life, which is up to 46 hours, which is industry leading, I think. So you can be sure that you can use this headset not just all day long, but almost like throughout a whole work week. And because of this battery time, you don't even need a stand to charge it, because it just, you can just leave it at your desk and it's going to be fine for a week or so. One of my other favorites is Adap 400 series, which is a neckband headset, and it's especially developed for convenience, comfort, and mobility in UC deployment applications such as Teams. So the Adap 400 offers a high-performance hybrid active noise cancellation system using 4 dedicated microphones, 2 in each earbud, to effectively reduce the ambient noise level. So the beamforming voice pickup uses 2 omnidirectional microphones to zoom in on your speech and create a natural, clear voice in any sound environment. I love this form factor because it's pretty lightweight, it's pretty subtle, so you can just leave it on yourself for the whole workday, and the sound quality is amazing. So if you want to consume some content, whether you are watching a training video or a training session in Teams or a YouTube video, or maybe listening to Spotify, this is your go-to headset, and it looks great as well. But I let you decide, of course. So my other favorite one from the Adap line is the Adap 300 series. So this is similar to the Adap 600, but sort of like a mid-range solution. And similar to the Adap 600, this doesn't have a microphone boom as well, because we just managed to increase the quality of the built-in microphones to a high level where you just don't need a boom. And essentially, this is offering also the active noise cancellation with 2 microphone beamforming voice pickup, and a great design. So I love the 2 color options, of course, white and black, and the battery life is also amazing on this one, which is up to 46 hours, which is fantastic. And maybe last but not least, from a different product category, which is the Xpen line, is the Xpen 30, because this is also Teams certified and it has a dedicated Teams button. So according to our customers, this is their favorite speakerphone by miles when it comes to build quality, when it comes to microphone voice pickup, and it has so many other features. Of course, it comes with USB-C cable, but also offers Bluetooth connectivity up to 2 devices. So at the same time, actually, you can connect it up to 3 devices. And a great feature is that you can merge calls. So let's say you are in a Teams call via Bluetooth or via USB-C, and you've got an incoming call on your mobile phone through cellular, 3G, whatever provider you use. You can merge the two calls into one. So you can bring someone into your Teams call by giving the person the call on his or her mobile. I think it's really fantastic, and it happens on a device level. So it's not a software thing in Teams or in Windows. So amazing product, and again, certified for Microsoft Teams. So all of these products are certified for Microsoft Teams. And I mentioned, if you think about the last slide, I showed this slide a bit before, earlier on. So we got 2 categories: Skype for Business certified headset and Microsoft Teams certified business. And what we came up not long ago is we released the firmware which enables some of our old headsets in the wired category to become Microsoft Teams certified, which is a nice thing to have, because what it essentially gives you, let's say you invested already in Sennheiser or EPOS headsets, and let's say if you have an SC660 USB headset rolled out in your company for 100 people, with a single firmware update, you can make it Teams certified. Essentially, what this means is on the call control, the call pickup button gonna act as a Teams button. So you can invoke Teams. You can talk to Cortana, just like on this slide. And of course, check voicemail, join a meeting. So it's it's a nice to have. Not all the headsets can have this firmware, but it's really a nice thing to have, and not all the manufacturers going to offer you this option. So I think that's a good thing to highlight. And of course, just going back to your product line, so I quickly covered the Adap line, and the Impact line is amazing as well for office workers, or actually from working from home as well. And maybe just a bit more on the Expand line, which is all about collaboration. And although we understand that in today's climate, collaboration is really happening, front of your laptop, in your living room, in your workspace, but essentially from home. But we also understand that more and more offices are reopening, and maybe with reduced capacity, but you're going to require devices such as a speakerphone, or even a bigger speakerphone such as the Expand 80, as you can see on the slide, which can tackle up to 12, 20, or even 24 people in a meeting room with extension mics. And of course, all of the devices are certified for Microsoft Teams, so the Expand 80 and the Expand 30. And we are not stopping here, because as you see on some of the slides, so some of our headsets are branded as Sennheiser, some of our headsets are branded as EPOS Sennheiser, and some of our solutions going to be branded as EPOS only. And the reason, because we had a joint venture with Sennheiser, which was fantastic and great, but actually a demerger happened last year. And one of the main reasons for us as well, a great opportunity for us, was it enabled us to create our own brand and actually enter almost any market we wanted to, because Sennheiser is a great business in the consumer and microphone era and sectors, but it's all about audio. And of course, ourselves being in the enterprise solutions sector, we knew that video is everything, and companies such as Microsoft and some other UC platforms pushing this video first approach. So we wanted to leverage on this, and we wanted to make sure that we can offer the same premium experience for our customers through video solutions as well, not just through headsets and speakerphones. So I'm really pleased to also talk about this, that we're going to be launching 2 video products to start off with in Q1 next year. So it's going to be the Vision 3 and the Vision 5. The great thing about these solutions that these are so-called collaboration bars in Microsoft terms. So these are all-in-one solutions. Essentially, we built in everything, including computing, including microphones, including speakers in the Vision 5, and of course, camera as well. So it's a plug-and-play solution. You will only need a display or a monitor, and then you can hook it up with an Ethernet cable, and of course a HDMI and a power cord, with some really intuitive power management, power cabling, cable management, and one-touch join. And of course, we're going to be using our EPOS AI technology as well for voice pickup. So it's really exciting, and I can't wait to get some of you test these products out once it's available. So I think, yeah, what I wanted to also give you, hopefully these tips you might find it useful, because I think Teams, again, it's a great tool, and it's great to have devices and roll out in the company, whether it's Office 365 or M365. But how can you make sure that actually the quality of the audio is great, or people are using the right devices at all? So I would like to cover 2 main tools. One is the EPOS Manager, which is our cloud-based management solution, and the other one is Microsoft tool, the Core Quality Dashboard, or CQD. Maybe just initially, EPOS Manager. So this is our cloud-based device management tool. As I mentioned, obviously available in the cloud, but if you prefer on-premise, we also have an on-premise solution version. So it allows you to manage your devices, update your device's firmware, and customize settings for any device, all remotely, of course. So it will show not just your EPOS Sennheiser headset, but also headsets from other manufacturers such as Jabra and Poly. So again, we are talking about this is a great tool to assess your environment. So let's say you rolled out some headsets and you wanna check how many people are using their headsets. So this is a great tool. Let me just quickly demonstrate. If I go back to my browser, hopefully you can see my screen. Do I need to log in? No, it's fine. So this is the dashboard. It's such an easy, simple to use tool, whether you're an IT administrator or you're just in the company managing devices or the CTO. It's an amazing tool, and you won't require a lot of training, because in the dashboard you can see an overview of active devices, firmware versions, software versions, and some reporting. You can manage devices. So you can see some of us, this is not rolled out for all of us in the company, but we started to use the new headsets, which are fantastic. You can check, inactive devices, and of course manage updates. So you can push out firmware updates. You can check the deployment status. So it's such an easy tool. Also offering user management, configurations. So you can enable or disable some features in specific headsets, and of course get some insights. What sort of soft phones you are using. So is someone still using Skype for Business in your environment, or what's the core quality? So this is just a small environment, so just disregard the data. But it's quite interesting, and I think also another interesting thing about this EPOS Manager cloud-based solution is that it's completely free. So, and when I say it's completely free because we know there are some solutions out there which are free, but sometimes you will need to pay for data hosting after a while. So with EPOS Manager, obviously your data, by the way, sits in Microsoft Azure, so that's just another nice to have thing, especially in a Microsoft environment. And yeah, the data hosting is also included. So whether your data is there for a year or 2 years, it's fine. Whether you've got 2 users or 200,000 users, the data hosting is completely free, and of course the software and the licensing, so nothing to pay for it. So I think, yeah, it's a great tool. So why wouldn't you leverage, especially if you're planning to invest into EPOS? And EPOS Connect is our client-based software. So essentially you just need to install this to each device, such as laptop and PC. Maybe just quickly talk about, let me just check the time. I'm mindful. Okay, we've got some time, which is great. Obviously, as I mentioned, I'm managing Microsoft relationship, and I'm talking with a lot of pre-sales guys, technical specialists, etc. And I was made aware of this tool, which is fairly simple and super easy. And we checked it with some of our customers, and many of our customers haven't heard about it, or heard about it but haven't really used it. And it's called Core Quality Dashboard, or CQD. So as long as you've got admin rights in Teams, you can just go to this website link, which is cqdteams.microsoft.com, and then of course after login, if you choose quality of experience reports from summary reports, which is this one, and then click on clients and devices, I think it's at the bottom. This is the report you're gonna get, obviously with different metrics, but maybe for first it doesn't look interesting, but let me just explain 2 main things here. So one is the audio streams. So audio streams, first line says 25,000-ish audio streams. Basically a call on Teams is 2 audio streams. So 1 stream up, 1 stream down. So this means like 12,500 calls are being made through a device, a microphone, which is called Realtek high-def definition audio, which we all know that basically it's an internal laptop microphone, which is horrible, especially from a Teams perspective, from a quality perspective. Laptop is noisy. You can hear the typing on the keyboard. You can hear the fan. So that's the worst possible device you could use for a Teams call or for any call. So in a matter of seconds, you can get a really interesting report in terms of what devices are being used in terms of microphone and how many calls are being made. And of course, ideally, and again, these are just ignore the numbers, but in this scenario, at least the third one going to be a Sennheiser Bluetooth USB dongle, which is a certified device, so it's probably connected to a Bluetooth headset, which is great. But this should be the first device to use. So I think, for example, if you have a challenge in your company, around bad audio, you can run this report, or you can even go back to the EPOS manager, check what devices are being used, and straight away you can get a report in terms of, okay, so what my users are using. And obviously, this can see all the various vendors and everything, and you can make sure that whether you invested into headsets, whether are they utilized at all, or are they utilized in the right way. So I think it's a really powerful, so simple tool to use. So I really encourage to use it, and feel free to come over to a virtual booth and make a comment if you've already been using it, you find it useful or not, because the interesting thing is, I think, so my Microsoft contact mentioned that, especially when it's about bad audio quality, this is the second, if not the first thing Microsoft going to check as well. So of course, network quality is a thing. That's also an important thing. But the second one is, are you as a customer using certified devices? And with this tool, in a matter of seconds, you can just check that. So quite powerful, I think. And I think maybe last point I wanted to cover is some potential takeaways for you. And perhaps, from the first point from your challenges, obviously we covered the bad audio and its implications. So loss of productivity could cost you a lot of money, whether you're employing 100 people or less, or even more, of course. And some of the supercharges for Teams we covered is obviously our premium solutions, because I think Teams is an amazing tool. The video quality is fantastic, the audio is great, and to have everything in one place, collaboration, live events, it just makes it really, really interesting. But Microsoft also understands that using Teams with the wrong devices going to put the whole experience at risk. So that's why EPOS and EPOS Sennheiser headsets are the perfect match for, especially when we talk about Teams certified headsets, to enable a high level of adoption in your company. And feel free to use these tools such as EPOS Manager, which is downloadable from our website. You just need to fill out a form, and we're gonna get in touch with you. Again, completely free of charge. And even Microsoft CQD. So if you already use Teams and you rolled it out, you just go to CQD and you can check what headsets are being used. What's the proportion between headsets and perhaps laptop speakers. So it would be interesting to see some real life examples, by the way. And lastly, try EPOS. So as I mentioned, the EPOS Manager is free of charge. And of course, we do offer a premium. We offer a free trial program as well. So feel free to get in touch with us through your reseller, value-added reseller, system integrator, or even through our website, which is eposaudio.com. And we are happy to supply you with some free trials, because we understand that the proof is in the pudding. So with that, thanks very much for your time, and I welcome any questions you may have.
And there is a question. I already tried to answer a little bit.
Okay.
The question was around the hearing aids and the recommended headset. So the question was basically for the wireless headset. I knew that there is already wired headset, which is SC660TC as a design for the so that was my answer. But is there any wireless headset that would also fit?
So you were 100% right. So the SC600 series, we've got a TC version, telecoil version, which works perfectly with some hearing aid devices. But currently, we don't have any wireless headsets for hearing aid. I'm just wondering if there is anything out there, regardless of the brand, but I haven't come across. So unfortunately, no, we don't have, but I'm not sure if there might be even like a technical sort of limitation. I'm not sure, because I haven't seen from any vendors offering such a thing. So
yeah, I personally did that research in 2019, and I also didn't find any headsets which was wireless for hearing aids, specifically for the hearing aids.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for the answer. If there is any other question, then I would suggest to basically jump into the breakout session. For the breakout session, I'm just posting the link into the question and answer chat. And if you would like to speak with Imre after this live event, then feel free to jump into the breakout session. And that's it. Thank you very much, Imre, for interesting insight into the Epos Audio products, because, for example, the video products are really something which is exciting also for me to see and hear. So yeah, keep
Thanks
going.
a lot, David. Yeah, thanks a lot for everyone for joining, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the conference as well. Thank you.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.